Tim Dyson, Chief Executive of Next 15. Very excited to be announcing the appointment of Richard Eyre as Chairman of Next 15. Richard comes with over 30 years of experience in the media and marketing services industry. Richard started his life in the advertising industry, then moved over into the media business, where he became Chief Executive of Capital Radio, the largest commercial radio station in the UK, Chief Executive of ITV, which was the largest commercial television station in the UK, has gone on to be on the boards of some very interesting organizations, the Guardian Media Group. He's currently the chairman of the Internet Advertising Bureau, knows if you like, the marketing services industry inside and out, and really understands the digital transition that the agencies connected to that are going through. So I'm very excited that he's joining us at a time when we ourselves are going through a very interesting transition. I think he's going to bring a lot to the group.
For me, the decision about joining a new firm sort of breaks down into a kind of four-part process. It's about the people, the company, and the opportunity. And then the fourth part, having weighed those three things up, is whether I think I can make a contribution to it. I've really liked the people that I've met at Next 15, and I love the attitude of the company. I love the focus on world-class service. I love the focus on growth. I love the focus on being a global proposition for our clients. And I think the opportunity for us in the changing sector that we live in is enormous. Weighing all of that up and looking at my own background, I would love to be a part of contributing to that success. I spent my whole career in the media. The first 16 years were spent in advertising agencies, and then I moved into the media themselves, became Chief Executive of Capital Radio, the UK's biggest radio group, and then I went on to be Chief Executive of ITV, our biggest commercial television company, and then I moved into TV production. For the last 10 years, I've been doing non-executive things, working for a number of different companies in roles like chairman and advisors and non-executive directors. And in that capacity, I've been chairman of the UK's Internet Advertising Bureau. I've chaired a couple of mobile content businesses. So I've seen the digital kaboom that has so changed our business from fairly close up. So I hope that that's a sort of that's a history that enables me to bring some relevant credentials to the company. Maintaining high quality growth in some financial conditions that I don't think are going to help us very much over the next year or two. Continuing the company's focus on really world-class client service, good quality organic growth, some shrewd acquisitions, and then just enhancing the quality of our story of global connectedness via that means. I think that seemed to be a pretty good agenda. As in all good agendas, it's kind of tough but doable. I think the PR industry is changing because people's engagement with media, with entertainment, with information, even with each other, is changing. And if you look at the effect of social media exchanges on human behavior, this is an extraordinary change. You know, in the media business, we get used to change. It's always changing all the time, but this is change of a different caliber. I mean, in the UK, for example, 25% of people's online time is spent in social media. And I think when you approach this change from the perspective of a brand owner or a marketing company and say, how does this affect us? I think you start to find some of the traditional tools of advertising rather wanting in this new environment. I mean, the traditional tools of advertising, the words they use are about impact, awareness, penetration, and so on. And this is terminology which is too clumsy for this new relationship that brands are now seeking with audiences. And I think that when you look across the kind of range of marketing services professionals and say, who is best equipped to seize this opportunity, I think you rapidly say, well, the people who are good at conversations, the people who are good at nurturing relationships and building reputations over a long period of time are coming from a PR background and not from any other. I think the brand owners increasingly are seeking relationships with audiences, not just transactions. And through the majority of the 30-odd years that I've been in this sector, advertising, marketing communications was about transactions. It was about an exchange of money. What I think is now about is an exchange of understanding. Relationships are much more difficult to build and to maintain than transactions. They're more fragile, they need wise curating over a longer period of time. And I think that's the stock in trade of PR rather than any other sector of the marketing communications business. So I think what that means is that there is likely to be quite a significant move of value from within the transaction-based areas of marketing communications towards the relationship-based areas of marketing communications. And I think that the companies represented under the Next 15 banner are therefore extraordinarily well positioned to benefit from that change.